Hey friends, welcome back to another video. I'm so excited. I have some new goodies to play with from Lisa Eldridge, my girl Lisa. I cannot resist. We're going to be looking at the Desert Gleam Eyeshadow Palette. We're going to look at one of the lipsticks. The newer ones is called Rouge Experience, and this is the shade Toasted. And I did get one of the Sculpt and shade lip pencils, so we're going to swatch it and just see what we think, put together a look. If that sounds good, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think and consider joining the community because I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I'm just peachy. Went to church today and I am just here. No work tomorrow. Everything is just going great. We had a lot of food left over from Marky's graduation party and they're really going through it. So last night we had the fish, or they had, because I didn't have any of it, the fish and the chicken, and they had that for breakfast. Now they're having lunch. They are having hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese. I don't know what we're doing for dinner because they're going through the food way faster than I thought, but I guess that's what happens when you have growing boys. Please let me know how you're doing in the comment section or the chat, whichever you prefer, and let's get this show on the road. So my girl Lisa, you know, I didn't even know who Lisa Eldridge was when I got into makeup, which was like very, very late 2019, and then like really heavy in 2020 when I started my channel. And my friend Al Feisty, who has a channel here on YouTube, she does mostly luxury. She was like, I have an extra Lisa Eldridge lipstick. Like, did you get any? And I'm like, I don't even know who that is. She's like, I have an extra Velvet Decade if you'd like to try it. I said, yes, that was my first one. And now I have like 18 because I gave my sister Velvet Dragon. Yeah. I have like 18 of her lipsticks, a mixture of formulations. And now we're gonna be trying, this is called the Rouge Experience. So we will be trying one of those today. Then I got into her eyeshadows because she started coming out with the palette. So I have 3 of those, and this Desert Gleam palette is gonna be my 4th one. Let's go ahead and get into this palette. Now I just finished watching her YouTube video, her as in Lisa Eldridge, and she said that the Desert Gleam Eyeshadow Palette is a sandstorm of shades and textures where editorials in the sand dunes meet the high glamour of Studio 54. So they're gonna be some very sparkly shades in here. It's such an earthy palette, and I realized that that is a color story I'm just a sucker for. Another video coming. She called this palette Safari Chic, and I could not think of a better way to describe this palette. Now, Lisa doesn't come cheap. Her palette design is inspired by a cigarette case that I believe she has in her vintage collection from the 1930s, something like that. $62, y'all. The shades are magnetic and the refills are sold of the shades if you just want to get the actual shade. And she does have a variety of finishes. Here is what the palette looks like. Again, a very earthy safari desert color theme. It's very curated in comparison to the other palettes that I have that have this color story, and I like the shades that were chosen for this. So let's get into the swatches and I'll just tell you a little bit about each shade as far as the formula. So the first one we're gonna start with is Dunes, and Dunes is a seamless matte. Gosh, I can't think of the last time I've done a video like this. It makes me so happy. Swatching some shades, especially when it's only 6. That's gonna be a really great transition shade. It's almost my skin tone, so maybe more of a blend out. We shall see. Next we have Christina, which is a luminous shade here. Ooh, these are soft. Oh yes, and I love this. It's not flaky at all, but it's very high shine. So I love that. A good old foiled metallic. I'm here for it. Next we have Acacia, and that's gonna be a seamless matte. That's gonna be a very beautiful smoke shade, or a shade that you can use for a liner if you need to do a liner. Getting into the bottom row, the first shade we have is Ablaze, and Ablaze is a metallic. Next is Sahara, or Sahara, that's how she says it. Oops. And this is a velvet. Now the velvet ones, oh my God. So the velvet ones are like the cream to powders. Think about Natasha Denona cream to powder shades, which she doesn't do anymore, it seems. That's what these are. Yes, this makes me so happy. I was hoping there would be one, because in Lisa's palettes, there's not an even distribution of formulas, and I was just hoping to have one of the cream to powder shades, and that's it. And then lastly, y'all, we have the shade Firefly, and Firefly is a metallic. Now I think the difference between the luminous and the metallic is that the luminous ones are a little more sparkly, but I don't know, they're all very sparkly to me. Look at that. I mean, this one has some high shine here. Oh yes, honey. Okay, so here is the Desert Gleam Eyeshadow Palette. This, I can't. Actually, I can, because this is gonna be perfect for my everyday type of look. I told you I love this kind of color story, and I can see myself doing daytime looks, nighttime looks, little grungy looks, smoky looks, one and dones. I think we can do it all. Now, she did come out with 3 lipsticks. I only got one, and I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I did not get the component because it was just a lot. The component is $59, and I think that's awesome. But once I saw that the refill had a little top, I was like, girl, we're just gonna go ahead with that, because that's $30. And look how small it is. See? So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. And you know what? Maybe one day I'll get a another lipstick, actually, because there's another shade. It's the shade Ray. Let me put it up right here. Ray is so pretty, and I really was choosing between this one, Ray, and then the one I got, which is Toasted. And Toasted is one that I know I'm gonna wear very, very often. Look at this. Y'all know I love new lip shades, and I'm really excited. This is a different formula, so we shall see. It's called Rouge Experience, and I don't know the difference between this and the, what was it, luxurious lucent ones. That's how it is called, luxurious lucent. I'm about to look it up because I can't remember. And then, you know, she has the mattes, but let me see what the difference, let me see what the other ones are called. It's not luxurious lucent. That's not what it's called. That sounds a mess. Oh yes, it is. Luxuriously lucent lip color. All right, so this is a Rouge Experience lipstick. So let me just get a description really fast, because I don't even know. It's a dreamy, lightweight cream lipstick that glides on comfortably with a soft, subtly luminous sheen and a lip smoothing blur. Luxuriously lucent lipsticks are sheer to semi-sheer, buildable, balmy lip color with a satin finish, delivering in luscious sheer washes or radiantly polished, full creamy coverage. This comfortable and luxurious texture feels smooth, light, and pleasurable on the lips. I can't get into the semantics of the differences, but I can tell you, I really like this shade. It's like almost like a taupey brown. And then I did get the Sculpt Shade Lip Pencil in 1N. Is that what I meant to get? I guess that's what I meant to get. Now I have a bunch of her liners, but I never tried the shade and Sculpt. So let's try this out. There it is. And I think this is gonna go perfect with Toasted. Yes, okay, very good, very good. So now that we've seen the palette and we've got some swatches going, we are gonna get into a look. Now I believe there's a look on the website that I wanted to try out. The lip pencil, I believe, is $27, and I told you the refill is $30. And again, I'm glad that this has a top, because sometimes it's like that. This is the look I want to do right here. Look 1. Okay, let's see how many looks there are. So there's look 1. Look 1 is Olive Shimmering Halo. So I think we're going to do that for this palette, because we can use a couple of the shades. Then we have look 2, which is Khaki Soft Grunge, which I like that as well. And then we have look 3, which is Christina Cloud. And yeah, this one looks really easy because it's pretty much a one and done. So let's do look 1. Look 1 really is the more complicated of the 3. So I think that that would be great for this palette. And I love the shade Ray on the model. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I want to do the lip first in case I want to make any changes to the eyeshadow look. When I do my lips first, the lips give me like the information I need for my eye look. I already have everything on, and I'm wearing NARS eyeshadow primer. Let's try this Sculpt pencil. I probably could have gone a shade deeper in this. The Lisa Eldridge lip liners are pricey, but they are lasting forever. And I've just been really fortunate to pick out some great liners from her, and they are still going strong. If I just wanted a little more of a contrast, I think shade 2 would be good. But this is pretty close to my natural lip color these days. As you know, you lose pigmentation as you age, and I'm experiencing that. But it's a nice formula. It's creamy, but it's not overly creamy, like it's gonna just come right off. You know, sometimes you have those really creamy liners. This one's not like that at all. I'm just coloring it in a little bit on the top so you can see what the shade looks like if I were to color in the whole lip. All right, now let's get into my little bootleg Toasted. I just at the time couldn't pay another $29 for the component, especially when I know I don't really refill lipsticks. Like I have other components that I've purchased, and it's like I have not used anything up to refill it because I have so many. So this is gonna work for me. Ooh, this feels nice. Now this is a holy grail shade for me. I love very nude lips. I love foundation looking lips. I love all of that. So this might be too light for some. I think this shade Ray would be a very, very awesome shade. I'm so compelled to get that one because it's beautiful. This is very comfortable. It feels really good. But this is an everyday shade for me. I feel like Ray could be as well. Let me stop convincing myself to buy stuff. Okay, but I love this. Ooh, yes. Okay, very good. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into this eyeshadow look. And the lipstick doesn't really have a smell or anything like that. I noticed that with a lot of luxury lipsticks, there's like this floral type scent, but we don't get that from Lisa Eldridge, and I love that. All right, so looking at this look, we are using 1, 2, 3, 4 shades. We're using Dunes, Sahara, Ablaze, and Christina. Let's get started with the outer portions of the halo eye or spotlight eye, if you will. Actually, let's not. Let's start with Dunes first. Then we will get into Sahara, and then I think it'll be a much nicer blend. So I'm gonna just take a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna go into Dunes here, and I'm just gonna put it all over the eyelid, pretty just evenly but lightly. And I'm gonna go a little bit above the crease as well. This is gonna be, again, more of a blend out shade. This one really, really blends in with my skin. So if you're lighter than me or deeper than me, I think it's gonna show up. But if you're my complexion, this is not gonna do a whole lot for you, except just to give you a very, very, very sheer wash of color. And you can see, let me see, look at the model again real quick. Yeah, you can see with the model, like you can see the shade on her. I don't know, it looks a little bit deeper. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, there's not much difference here, but that's okay, because I want to have a powdery base, and so we can blend the Sahara shade and then put that shimmer in the middle, and it all comes together nicely. So this step is necessary for me. I wish it was just a hair deeper. All right, the next shade we're gonna go into is Sahara. So remember, Sahara is the cream to powder one. So I'm gonna see how this brush works with it. You can see it there. But sometimes you need to have, well, I will say this. If you want it to be really pigmented, you might need a denser brush. But if you really wanna go lightly with the pigmented shade, then you can still use a fluffy one like this. Like, see, you can see the shade, but it's very, very light, very, very diffused. I would pick maybe something, maybe like this brush. It's a little more concentrated, and I think it's gonna make the shade a little, not easier to work with, because it's very easy to work with, but it's giving me a little more control here on the outer corner. And then I think it's gonna be easier to build it up just because the brush is a little denser. So that's what we're going with. And I'm gonna take it all the way through the crease, and then I'm gonna do the inner corner. Why do I feel like this look is looking better on the model with richer tones? All right, so here we go. I've got it here on the inner corner, and let's see if we can build it up even more. And I'm kind of scraping in the pan a little bit at this point because I'm really trying to get that color payoff. But you see that even with the swatch, it doesn't swatch super, super deep, which I think is good for a lot of people, because my thing is I'd rather be able to build up a shade than it's too much and then I have to figure out how to tone it down. But like this. See, and then if you really wanted to make it smoky, you could use this shade, but we're gonna stick to the look in the website. But you could really smoke it out with this other shade, because this one is not a cream matte. But this is why I fell in love with like the Natasha Denona cream to powders, because of how easy they are to use. At first I didn't like them. I was like, oh, they're not pigmented, I gotta do too much work. But as I've gotten more into makeup and figuring out the type of look that I like, I'm more so into those cream to powders. That's why I'm sad that she's not really doing them like that anymore, because I love being able to have color and you can see the color, but putting it on, I mean, it's like a little fairy. It's so ethereal in my opinion, and they make me happy. So there's that part as well. Really easy to blend out as well. You know what? Are there any blue cream to powder shades? I think Tasha has some blue cream to powder shades. I wonder, does Lisa, because I have the Myth palette, not Myth, the Sorcery palette, and that one is very vibrant, but I don't know if, you know what palette has a blue cream to powder shade? Metropolis by Natasha Denona that she doesn't sell anymore. I'm certain she has a blue cream to powder shade. I feel like I would really like that. But if you're, you know, into trying to experiment with color, but you don't want it to be crazy, this is the perfect type of palette. And the velvets, these right here, are the perfect types of shades to experiment with. Yes, yes, so easy. Okay, so that's what the halo looks like so far. And then we're gonna get into the shimmer. So for the shimmer, it looks like we're gonna be using the shade Christina. No, not Christina. We're gonna use Ablaze. Now we're gonna be putting Ablaze just in the center, and then we'll, you know, try to blend it out so it's not looking like so separated. You know, we want it to blend. Tag, wait, we're not gonna be using Firefly? What a predicament. Well, that makes me sad. Let's change it. We're gonna change it. I have to use this. Like, what? I'm using it. I don't care. Sorry, Lisa, we're changing from the tutorial. I mean, Ablaze looks great. We're gonna use it, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, we had to change that, y'all. I'm so sorry. I had to use this because these types of grungy shades, these are my shades. Oh. I mean, Ablaze will look nice, but No, this is great right here. Oh, Lisa, come on. And the thing is, this is not a new color story. It's not, but it's just the way it's done. There's so many colors you can choose from if you're gonna do an earthy color story. You know, you can think of browns, there's oranges, there's these like grungy greenish colors. I mean, but she's got, this is like a summary of my earthy palettes. 6 shades is tough. You know, when you think about making a palette, I mean, 6 shades to me is super curated. Now, I really like the formula of everything that I've tried so far. And with this, you have shine, and I don't know if it's all showing up. When I look in the mirror, I do see some sparkly arclies there, but it's not overkill or anything like that. So I'm here for that. Now we're gonna get ready to get into the inner corner highlight, and I'm gonna be taking the shade Christina on a pencil brush. Christina is our luminous color here. I probably should spray it, so let me do that. There we go. And again, this is luminous, so we could probably, you know, build this up and make it super sparkly, or you could use a setting spray just to make it pop. But I love this. I love how this looks. Yes, very good. Now, what she did for mascara, Lisa, that is, she decided to, and where is it? Because I brought it over here. She decided to use a brown mascara. I do not have her kitten mascara, so I'm gonna use the Tarte mascara that I've been using all week. Oh, it fell. I'm semi-happy with this mascara. I don't think it's bad. It's just not really volumizing, and I want a mascara that's gonna give me length and volume, and I don't feel like this truly does it for me. I don't know anything about her kitten mascara, but she was talking about using brown because the black kind of overwhelmed the Safari shades. So that's why I'm sticking with the brown, but I think black would be absolutely fine with this. So I think you can go either way. And you could even use Acacia. That would be a nice liner if I was trying to go, you know, that route. Yeah, this isn't giving me a whole lot of volume, so that's okay. I think the brown really looks nice. And I could have also enhanced this with a brown liner on the lower lash. I'm just gonna chill out today. I'm just gonna go close to the lash line. And I think that looks really nice. I also want the Lisa Eldridge sweatshirt, the berry one. I don't know if she still is making that one because she had gray and red, but there was a plum berry colored one. Lisa, if you for some reason are watching this, can you please bring that one back? Because I will purchase it. I really will. I will get it. And you know what? And when I get it, I'll probably get that red lipstick as well, because I think red is going to be like a really great shade for me. She also had one called Lily, which is her nickname, and that was a red, but she didn't feel like it was a typical red, and I'm not a red lipstick wearer. The lipstick that I have that's red that I love the most is by Lisa Eldridge. It's Velvet Cinnabar. The other ones, like Velvet Ribbon, I think it is, I gave that to my sister because she looks really good in red. But I'm so finicky with reds because I feel like reds can make me look like a clown, and you know, I'm not really going for that vibe. So it's always a quest finding the perfect red lipstick. That could be a video. That could definitely be a video, but I think Velvet Cinnabar is mine. Janet Rust by Gucci, that's another one. But by far, Velvet Cinnabar is the #1. And that one was sold out for so long, like a really long time. And when we got it, when me and my friend Yadi got it, we were so happy. We were like, yes, it's back. Then we got an email and it was like they had made a mistake. It really wasn't back. And they sent us Velvet Cinnabar from their warehouse in the UK. And it has been treasured since that day. I have the liner and everything. So I don't know. I got to look at the Lily shade again, but I can't it'll be a refill. Maybe I'll just get one component, but I just wasn't ready to put out that money. But Ray and Toasted, everyday shades for me, for sure. Okay, here is the final look, a little variation from the tutorial that was on the Lisa Eldridge website, but at least you get to see what the Firefly shade looks like, and I think it's really beautiful. I'm glad I made that change, but I think they both look amazing. And again, I'm really happy with all of my purchases from Lisa Eldridge. I've tried her foundation, which I used up. I didn't repurchase it just because I tend to try a lot of foundation and complexion products. I use her liners all the time. I use the lipsticks all the time. I have the Velvet, what is it called? Velveteen lipsticks. Velvet Affair is one of my favorite shades of all time. Like, you will not be able to take that from me. So I have that in the lipstick. I've gone through one of those already. Or did I wash it? No, I broke it. Yeah, I broke it real bad. But I also have I have it in the Velveteen. I have so many. Let me know if y'all want to see a video. I have so many of the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, and I use them very often. So I just have no regrets. As far as palettes, I have Myth, that's the purple one. I have Vega, which is the cool toned taupey one. And I have Sorcery, which is the one that's green, and it's got a bright blue shimmer shade in there. And now I am adding Desert Gleam to my collection. I still want Cinnabar. I do. I don't need it, but I still want it. I didn't need this. Anyway, let me know what you think about this look. I am extremely happy with my purchase. And again, I've just never been let down. I will also say that Lisa Eldridge, first of all, she has her own gifts on the iPhone or on Instagram. So when you wear something, if you put it in your stories and you go to the gifts and type in Velvet Cinnabar, there's like a little Lisa Eldridge gift that comes up, and she always responds. And someone told me that if they respond, it's not her team, that it's really her. Let me know if you heard that, because that makes me so happy. And sometimes, like, she even reposts, which is amazing, because, you know, Lisa Eldridge is like serious. You know, she's a serious makeup artist. So the fact that somebody's reposting and things like that, like little old me, little old us, it just makes me really happy. And so I will continue to be a fan of hers. When I watch her YouTube videos, she's so excited about her products, and listening to the inspiration of why she came up with things, like, you can tell that makeup is like ingrained in her whole way of being, like the history part of makeup, because she talks a lot about earlier decades and things like that. And she can't be much older than me. Like, I'm 44. She might be younger than me. I don't know. But she knows all about everything. And I love listening to creators like that, makeup artists like that. It's very inspiring. So this is the look. Let me know your thoughts. Did you get anything from this summer collection? Did you pass? Are you admiring it from afar? There is no judgment over here in this community. We get what we get, and we don't get what we don't get, and it's all good. So let's keep this conversation going down below. And that's going to be all. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I do hope this was therapy for you. You know it always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
We could be so distant. We could be falling in love.